Hello and welcome to Miami, Florida, Miami Beach to be precise, for the next instalment of Fight Night International. And I'm delighted to say that Joe Weller is once again part of our team this week. And Joe, the main reason you're here is obviously because Jake Paul was fighting AnEsonGib, seven-figure gibber. Set it up for us.
Well, basically, this all started, I think realistically, when me and Jake did a spar. I said to Jake, who are you going to fight next? Who's on your radar? I said AnEsonGib is the man. He from the UK. I think he was, apart from JJ, he was the one, wanting it, bringing the heat, showed that he could fight. And I think from there, the whole of the UK and the YouTube scene have just put Gib on Jake, and almost given him no choice.
Forced him into it.
Yeah, because I think he's at a point where he needs it. He needs to do this for relevancy, to, I guess, as something different as well. He's gone a bit stale in videos. And if he wants that fight with KSI, he's got to go through seven-figure gibber. No, literally, that is just how it is.
So when did you spar Jake Paul? How long ago was that?
Oh, that's got to be around February, March last year. Basically, I was in LA and he messaged me on Twitter saying, fancy a spar, mate? Come to my house and let's do it. And I thought, I had this idea in mind that I was going to go there, redeem myself, knock Jake Paul out in his back garden.
Had you been training?
No, not at all.
Fine.
Not at all. I was there filming a music video. And I was like, you know what, this is going to be a great story. So, yeah, I went there. It was pathetic. It was rubbish, mate. I got put down by. Have you ever been hitting the solar plex?
I have. Because a lot of people commented on the video that the fight, we'll call it a fight, had been thrown. that he didn't hurt you to the body, but
yeah, no, that's the thing. You watch the video back, and it literally looks like Weller's not been hit at all. He's been tapped, and he's gone down like, as though he's been paid to do this. And obviously personally, that was the worst thing that probably could have happened. I would have preferred to have been knocked out in a proper way and everyone be like, fair enough, Weller put up a fight and he got done. But the fact it looked that rubbish, it's not what I wanted, mate. That's the last thing that I wanted.
Don't do yourself down. Don't do yourself down.
But anyways, at least we're here now. I think this is the fight that the YouTube audience want. I actually think this is potentially the best YouTube fight we've ever had.
In terms of the two being evenly matched?
Yeah, because both are going to bring it. I think both are going to turn up. You're not going to get one that sort of, the pressure and the moment gets to them and they can't do it. I think both are going to, fight hard, and both can punch. Both, can deliver what they're saying they're going to do.
Yeah, I watched Gibbs' two fights, and he does bring the heat and brings raw aggression.
You know what I call him?
Go on.
Right? The king of white collar.
Okay.
Right?
So can you set up his two fights, just for people that haven't seen them, the context of them? He fought his flatmate, Max plays FIFA.
Yeah, so firstly, I call him the king of white collar because firstly, his style is that of a, white collar boxing. When it gets dirty, it gets, all sort of a bit tied up. He can fight like that and dig deep and get the win. If it becomes a technical fight, I think that's where he may be in a bit of bother. But his previous fights, firstly against Max Plays FIFA, who's his flatmate, that was on mine and JJ's undercard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that fight, I'm not going to lie. I haven't actually seen it. I saw the knockout, I saw the finish, and it was, it was good. It shows that he can finish, and he's got that instinct to, put a guy over. Obviously, his second fight against Jay Swingler, which was on the Logan Paul KSI,
was a really, really good fight.
Yeah, that was the best fight of the night. I was commentating ringside for that one, and that was fight of the night, hands down. Both guys went to war. Gib did get rocked. He got caught. His defense wasn't amazing
when he was attacking. Yeah.
And that's the thing. He is a great, fighter and wants to come forward, but when he is attacking, he's at almost his most vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where Jake Paul could pick him apart if he wants to.
And what about Jake Paul's previous? That was against Deji, wasn't it? KSI's brother.
Yeah. So that was. Yeah, I was ringside for that as well, commentating. And Jake, he looked like, he's a boxer. He can, technically do it.
He shapes up really well.
Yeah. But when Deji came forward, the moments that he did come forward and did put it on him, he bloodied his nose. Jake, got busted up and he looked in bother. If Deji was trained and had done a proper camp, you could argue that he could have won it himself.
It's really early in the week. This is the first thing we've done, so I'm not going to start pushing you for a prediction. And obviously, I'm sure your mind might change as the week goes on. But how do you feel about it at the moment? You've already said it that you feel they're very evenly matched. But would you side one way or the other if you had to make an early fight week prediction?
Yeah. So at this point, I'd say it's very similar to the KSI Logan sort of outlook, where one, Logan and Jake are the more technically, aesthetically pleasing looking guys. They look like they're athletes.
Yeah.
But the other guy, JJ and AnEsonGib, they've got the heart, they've got the aggression, they're fighters, they're warriors. They'll do anything to get the win. And I think that's where it sets us up so well. But this time, I think both guys will have, there's more chance that we're going to get a knockout or a knockdown in this one.
Or a conclusive finish. Yeah. I think there is that general feeling, isn't there? And obviously, just to put it into context, that the fights they had previously, they did have bigger gloves and the head guards on. As with KSI and Logan Paul, just for people that haven't seen it, the head guards come off and the gloves are small, so the chances of someone getting knocked out are higher. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we all thought KSI and Logan was going to end like that, and it didn't. And that is what I think it may happen. I don't think it will, but when you obviously, even if the punches miss, but you feel, if that does connect, that's going to hurt, then it may mean that one or the other stand off a little bit. I think Jake's more likely to stand off than Gib is. I think even if Gib gets hit very, very hard, he'll still come forward. But yeah, like you say, I think we're much closer to getting a conclusive finish with this one. Jake Paul, just to look at, looks. I think he's taller, but he does look a lot bigger. Or is that very? I've only met Gib. I've only met them independently. When they're next to each other, am I going to be surprised that Jake's the bigger man by quite a bit, or is that just? Am I creating a narrative that's maybe not there?
To be fair, Jake is considerably bigger. Even when I sparred him, I saw that. He's just sort of very dense, very dense bloke. He's very strong, big. Well, his frame. If he wants to put that and weigh down on Gib, if they're when they get all tied up, that could be an advantage. But I think like with the Logan JJ fight, Logan was taller, bigger, and all of that. Yet
it didn't really have a massive
if you're not
impact
using
on the
your
night.
tools, if you're not powering them with the heart and aggression, and over 6 rounds, I think that's what this comes down to. It's whoever's going to bring the fight, bring the aggression, not necessarily who's going to be the technically better boxer. It's going to be a war, and I think Gib, in my opinion, wins a boxing war every day against Jake, personally.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll talk to you later in the week, and if you want to adjust that, you can, but I think that is a general consensus. Well, last time we saw you was in LA. Haven't had a chance to gauge the reaction online to KSI and Logan Paul. KSI obviously victorious, perhaps in some people's minds controversially. On the night, did you think the KSI had done enough?
I mean, I didn't know. When they were obviously reading it out, and I was sat there I couldn't call it. We were all just, I think everyone was it could go either way.
Yeah,
and the scorecards,
that definitely was true.
What did you think?
So at the time, I was very much the same as you. I thought, it's close.
It's very close.
I thought that Logan Paul actually probably did the better boxing.
Do you think he deserved it?
And I thought that the person that was most hurt during the fight was KSI. But then he had the 2 points off, and that made it very difficult to score in his favour. So if in my head I was thinking he might get it by 1 or 2. Might get it by 1, or it might be a draw. But I didn't have any major issues with the result. But obviously a lot team Logan Paul did.
Yeah, I think looking at it from an outside point of view, obviously JJ was the aggressor. He was throwing these wild punches. Now on one side you're looking at, they're not connecting, so it's not demonstrating great boxing, and he's missing. And on the other hand, you can say he's the aggressor. He's the one putting it on Logan, and Logan's not putting up as much of a fight. But when I feel like Logan did connect, he did put JJ down, and the 2 points, if you're look at it from an outside point of view, that for what happened, that he already put him down with the first punch that allegedly, that he followed up with punching him on the ground, with that he got a point taken off for, and the other one was for a back of the head punch, or was it holding him down?
Holding and hitting,
yeah, exactly. And I don't know, I feel like we see that loads in boxing. I feel like we do see that a
Felt
lot.
harsh at the time, didn't it? Yeah,
it did feel a little bit like, ringside, we were all, all of the commentators, even Gib and Ethan, who, best friends with JJ, we were all thinking, that's a bit that's out of nowhere a little bit. But aside from that, like you're saying, I have no problems with JJ also being announced as the winner, because he did deserve it. I feel you know Logan didn't turn up like he said he would.
Yeah, was it third round decapitation, second round decapitation?
First round. He said first round. He did nothing.
How could I not remember that? It was the beeline of the week, wasn't it?
Yeah. But
yeah.
that's what I think that was. Logan wanted to. I think in the first fight he didn't, as an entertainer, turn up in the press conference, the weigh-in, the build-up. And I think more than anything, he wanted to run the show as a show and be the most entertaining. I don't think winning the fight was the first on his priority. He wanted to turn up because he got embarrassed in the first fight on the lead-up, I think.
What about the chances of it happening again? I mean, straight away, you think, could they do it for a third time?
I don't
Second
think,
time as professionals, but for a third time.
I don't think KSI wants it personally. Like, as in, not that he's scared or anything. I think he's done it. He said, "I'm going to beat you," and he's beaten him. Why do I need to do this again?
Yeah, why give him the chance?
Yeah, why give him the chance? You don't need to. I mean, as a fan, we want to see it. Like, I'd love. There's no, nothing compares out of all the YouTube boxing for me to that KSI Logan rivalry. It's amazing. It's almost the two big egos in the game that have done so much, got so much of a reputation that it's just that rivalry is the best. Saying that, I would love to see KSI versus Jake, regardless of the outcome of this fight.
Took the words out my mouth.
Yeah.
So does Jake? So regardless of the outcome of this fight, so Jake doesn't necessarily need to win for it to happen.
No, he does. In KSI's eyes, I think there's no way that KSI will fight Jake Paul
if he loses.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, saying that, KSI has said, if Jake wins, I'll fight him. He said he will. So and I believe he's a man of his word, and he'll do it if Jake does win.
How big would that be?
I think the build-up would be the best we've ever had, because those two guys, they hate each other. It's not for show, and they're two egos that will really just. The stuff they're going to come out with, mate, is going to be outrageous, and I don't think there'll be a line like that. Let's keep it a little bit friendly.
Yeah, that's quite difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. But overall, I think in terms of entertainment, as a fan, I want that. I really do want to see it. I think, it'll be class.
And Logan Paul and Antonio Brown, former NFL player, have been hyping a rivalry. Do you feel that the chances of that happening are perhaps slimmer than KSI and Jake Paul matching? Yeah, I know Antonio Brown has got his own problems outside of boxing at the moment, and outside of professional sports, so you kind of think that will take precedent.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't know anything about Antonio Brown, if I'm honest, and I don't think many of the YouTube audience members do.
So is that the key? It's YouTuber v YouTuber is a lot more appealing than a YouTuber against a celebrity.
Unless it's a celebrity that is sort of going to be known by the YouTube audience, i.e. Drake or someone on that level. No, but like,
why would anyone fight Drake? You'd just be cursed.
I just think it's got to be someone that's like relevant to both parties. So. Both parties, as in, say if it's an American against a UK audience, well, the UK people and viewers need to be invested in them. That's why the YouTube boxing does so well, because these characters in the YouTube scene, they connect with the audience so well.
There's such a narrative.
Yeah, we're so invested in it.
Well, if I put it into context, that I'm the first to admit, before that, I didn't know KSI or Logan Paul's backstory at all.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, you become invested in the narrative, the characters, the storyline, and actually you think, I do want to watch it. Yeah. There is more to it. I can understand that if that wasn't there, people just want to watch it. I'm not so sure.
Yeah. I know, but that's what it is, and I think a lot of people obviously slate it's not professional boxing, as in proper boxing and all that. But what these guys are able to do in terms of performing, setting up the fight to be a great narrative and all of that.
Salesman as well.
Yeah, salesman, marketing, that's something that even I think professionals
should
look at and go, wow, even if you know nothing about these KSI and Logan blokes, what I'm watching them do at this press conference and at this weigh-in and how they're, interacting with each other, that's making me want to watch. And I feel a lot of people found themselves feeling like that, but come fight night.
I think there were people that were desperate for it to fail and desperate to hate it.
Yeah.
But I think that's protection of professional boxing. It's like you come into our world, you respect our rules.
Yeah.
I think actually, with all the fighters that were on the card, Billy Joe Saunders, Devin Haney, we wanted to, the boxing public boxing fans wanted to show them off and say, look, these guys are what you should aspire to. These are guys who've got the skill set. Actually, the best fight of the night was KSI Logan Paul. the most entertaining fight of the night was KSI Logan Paul. And I just think as long as people don't treat it for something as something that it isn't, I think it was a success. I really do. I don't know how you felt in terms of coming into that world, professional boxing world. The two felt like they mixed.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a huge backlash afterwards at all.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think obviously where boxing is such a hard sport, people dedicate their lives. It's people go through so much to get to where KSI and Logan on paper just got given. And I think I understand where that can be viewed as not fair and not okay. But at the end of the day, it's the entertainment business, and these guys entertain amazingly in whatever they do. Even if they were doing archery, it would be amazing, and we'd all want to watch. I just think, there's two. You can look at the two sides, but overall, I think the event was a success. We all enjoyed it. It was an entertaining fight. Let's do more.
Yeah, exactly right. Well said. Okay, so before I let you go, just set this fight week up for us. What can we expect from these two characters? And how much are you looking forward to it? I am quite excited, to be honest, for it to all get going.
Well, to be fair, I think what you're going to see today, Jake Paul's going to assume he's already in AnEsonGib's head. He's going to think he can already push his buttons and make him flip. Gib, I don't think he cares too much about this setting up the fight, marketing, being entertaining. His thing is fighting. When he was commentating on the last fight with us, he's out. That's not his comfort zone in terms of that's not what he wants to be doing. He is there to fight. And the build-up is going to be entertaining. They're going to be back and forward. But come fight night, oh mate, it's going to be crazy. If AnEsonGib does this, do you know how much Twitter is going to go off? It's going to be outrageous. It's going to be the UK. It's going to be the biggest party of the year, because it's AnEsonGib used to just make FIFA videos opening packs.
Yes, so I went back and watched his first video, second video, third video, and he brings so much energy.
Exactly, and now he's out here fighting Jake Paul in Miami. The story is outrageous. So expect fireworks. It's going to be crazy, and I can't wait.
Joe, thanks so much for setting that up for us. Thanks for being part of our team this week. Looking forward to all the Fight Week events. Thursday night, early hours. Make sure you set your alarm, 2 a.m, Sky Sports main event. You won't want to miss it. But for all the build-up, all the Fight Week events, stay across all our social media platforms, Sky Sports Boxing YouTube channel. Make sure you tune in.